Are you a purebred? More than likely you're not. Why should it matter if you are? More importantly, why should it matter if your pet is? According to the ASPCA, 5 million to 7 million companion animals enter shelters nationwide every year, while breeders are pushing to meet the demand for purebred animals. There are so many pets in shelters just waiting for someone to adopt them and give them a good home. When shelters get too full and have no more room for the animals, they get euthanized. Taking home an adopted pet not only saves them from death, but helps take a stand against the breeders who mistreat the animals they breed. Found in a survey done by the ASPCA, 26% of dogs are bought from breeders. The same survey says 20 to 30% of cats and dogs are rescued from shelters, and 2 to 10% are bought from pet shops. Some of the best pets can come from a shelter. Most of them are mutts, but that doesn't make them any less loyal, loving, or cute. When you hear people say they rescued their pets, they mean it, because space is limited. And when animals are in a shelter for so long and don't get adopted, eventually the shelter has to make room for more animals. The way they make room for these animals is by animal euthanization. The Wikipedia definition for this term is the act of humanely putting the animal to death or allowing it to die by withholding extreme medical measures. Several ways have been tested on these animals to humanely put them down. Finally, there's a way that they have found that causes very minimal pain to the animal. Each year, 60% of dogs and 70% of cats are euthanized. A small portion of these animals were euthanized because they were either sick, aggressive, injured, or suffering from something else. But mostly it was due to overcrowding. With more and more people wanting a purebred, there are so many animals that get abandoned and put in these shelters. Since the demand for some animals is so high, some breeders are trying to push them out as fast as they can. In the middle of trying to make money from these animals, the animals are often poorly taken care of. The females that are used for breeding are sometimes used for the sole purpose of producing offspring. Once they can no longer produce, they're discarded. While the females are making their breeders money, they often get neglected. They're not given enough food, water, or a separate place to go to the bathroom. The breeders do not care about these animals or care about what happens to them. Perhaps if they wouldn't make so much money off of breeding them, they would stop, and fewer animals would be abused in this fashion. Considering the overpopulation of animal shelters, the euthanization of innocent animals, and the neglect by breeders, one of the best ways to help is to adopt your next pet. Be a part of the solution by adopting from an overcrowded shelter. The loyalty of that animal whose life you have saved will bring great comfort and love to your home.